Hey guys, Jen here from A Diary of a Dreamer, and today I wanted to try something new. I know I keep talking about making process videos, and I finally got all of my stuff set up with the new microphone, and hopefully this works out the way that I want it to. You'll have to forgive me if this isn't the best. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying this, so hopefully it works out. So for day one, we had a military ball for his unit, and it was actually kind of fun. He was a little skeptical of how it was going to go, but I had fun. So I definitely took a couple of photos that you're going to see here. I used some stamps from Allie's digital class on both of these, both the old Christmas tree and the wishing you Christmas cheer. Here I am showing you the photo that the professional photographer took at the event. For some reason, my printer printed it with some weird lines. I'm gonna have to look into that. And now I'm just looking for something to go onto the back of that photo, just going through all of my 6x8 papers that I've collected over the years. Surprisingly, for only having done December Daily since 2014, I've got quite a bit of papers. I decided to go with this red one with the snowflakes on it, and I'm just adhering it down with my Tombow Mono Permanent Adhesive tape runner. It's honestly my favorite thing to use for adhering photos down. Well, really for adhering anything down. And sorry I am off camera, but at the moment I'm looking through all of my Allie Edwards stamps, looking for something to kind of dress this up a little bit. I don't do a lot of embellishing on the first day just because I want to get the story told and I don't want to detract from the pictures. So as you can see, I'm using a stamp from her story kit. It says, "Oh yeah, this one has my heart." Just stamping it onto my cardstock. I'm going to put it underneath the photo a little bit to kind of, I'm going to make a little fishtail banner to put at the edge of that photo. I'm stamping with my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and now I am just going to cut that off. I'm really sorry again that I am so out of frame. Hopefully the whole video isn't this out of frame. Trying to figure out where my camera stops like where the frame of my camera stops recording. There's, you know, it's a little hard for this being the first time. I'm looking to get a new tripod arm. Hopefully I'll get it for Christmas. If not, I'll get it in the new year to make this a little bit better, because I know that the angle is definitely not straight. It's obviously angled. So there I just adhered down that little simple fishtail banner, and I'm going to call this photo done, and you'll see some stills in the end of this. Now I'm just putting that pamphlet back in that we got from the event, from the St. Barbara's Ball. I'm going to put my stamp back on in its place and put the story stamp back in the little adhesive, or not adhesive, but the little protector thingy that it comes in. I'm realizing that I really do need to start keeping these things. Now I'm realizing also that I'm out of frame, so I was starting to move everything back into frame so that way you guys can see what I'm doing. Or maybe not. I thought I was higher up. Now I'm just looking through my 3x4 cards because I am going to attach a flip up pocket to the top of that photo. Now I'm just kind of looking to see which ones I want, and I'll definitely do my best to try to get it more in frame in future videos. Right now I'm just working on adding some washi tape and whatnot to this particular card. Oh, nope, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what I'm actually doing is I'm using the Project Life app, and I am getting ready to print 2 3x4 photos, one of which is really the only one I need. The other one is just so that way I'm not wasting paper. I'm still trying to position this and make sure that the card lines up with the photo the way I want it to. I'm using some Gold Star washi from a previous, I think it's from a previous December Daily kit. I could be wrong. I've had it for a couple years, so I don't really remember where I got it from. The card I am using is, I think, from last year's December Daily kit, one of the cut-aparts. And I'm just putting the tape on either side of the photo, or correction, either side of the card to make sure that it works as a flip-up. And then I have to go and get the photo off of my Canon selfie. Unfortunately, with the way my office is set up, it's actually in it's not right next to where I'm working. And then I have to, so that particular photo, sorry, I just realized I cut myself off. For that particular photo that I printed out, it wasn't the best quality, so I have to reprint. I have to find a different photo and reprint the 3x4 from the ball. That is a group photo that we had taken by a professional photographer of all of the medics and their dates. The original one I had, like I said, was not great quality. The second one I can only print as a 3x4 because the picture is so small. It's not the best quality. I don't know why this particular one was having difficulties blowing up like I did with the 6x8 that you see above. But it just wasn't working out for me, so I improvised, made it a 3x4, and I decided I was going to do a flip-up pocket with a photo that someone took for us in front of one of the trees. And now I'm just looking at the story stamp again to look and see how I want to decorate the front of that card. I decided to use the, there's a heart stamp on there that says stories, and I just, that's the one I decided to start with. Now I'm just adhering the 3x4 photo to the top of that card for the flip up. Lining it up as best as I can. It's not perfect, but you know what? That's okay. I really don't mind. So, I apologize for all the sniffling I'm doing. My allergies are kind of kicking me in the face with the weather changes. So now I'm just checking to see if that story stamp is going to fit the way I want it to, and it does, so I just stamp it down really quickly. And let's see, what do I do next? I know I do a couple of stamps, I just don't know when I do all of the stamping. Now I'm just digging through some more of my Christmas stamps. These are some bigger ones. I've got a couple from Michael's. There's one from Doodlechip Creative, Eny Dunn here on YouTube, and I'll link to her below. Now I'm just making sure, I guess, it fits in the pocket the way I want it to. I guess I'm moving on, and I will come back to that card in a minute. Now I'm using the details card from, I think it was from the, I just had it too, the Paisley Press kit, mini kit from this year, and I'm using a Slick Writer pen that I picked up from either Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and I'm just writing out the details of this story right here. Just writing, let's see, what did I write? It just says, today was the St. Barbara's ball for Lee's unit. He asked me to go a few weeks ago, and of course I said I'd go with him. He always looks so fancy in his uniform. He had no idea what my dress looked like. I wanted it to be a surprise for him because he's never seen me this dressed up. Staff Sergeant Antonio did my hair and even took some pictures later on when we came back all dressed up. He's so handsome. So, one of his NCOs was super excited to do my hair for me, and since the previous plans I had kind of fell through, I was more than happy to let her do it. As I tell most anybody that actually knows me, I am a terrible girl. I don't do girly things, so when it comes to like doing my hair and stuff like that, I definitely sometimes need some help. I can do my own makeup. My mom taught me that when I was in high school, middle school, one of the two. But I feel like I am a terrible girl because I don't do my hair. I don't do hair very well. Usually, if anyone knows me in real life, they just see it up in a ponytail or a bun all day long. So since this is the first time I'm using this particular Slick Writer pen, it did not work well in the beginning, so I'm just going over some of the text that I wrote out to make it more legible. I slid the card in and then decided I wanted to do some stamping. So I go back to the story kit, the story stamp set, and I pull out Super Love This Story, and I just stamp it at the bottom of the card. And I call that card done. I'm just putting everything away. I have a small workspace, so I try to keep it as clean as possible if I can. Of course, I say that, and it's usually a disaster area, so. Excuse me again. So now you see me go back to that flip up card, and I'm just writing on there that, thankfully they put us all at the same table. We had a blast. I still can't get over our group picture below. Overall, it was a fantastic night, and I'm so glad that we went, despite Lee being hesitant to go after his board. So the funny part of the group picture, which you'll see in the close-ups at the end of the video, hopefully you'll see it, one of his NCO is actually sitting on top of one of the mini artillery cannons that they were using as a prop. And then the ma'am is standing behind her, kind of trying to hold the cannon still because it did roll. And I'm holding on to the wheel to help keep it from rolling as well, because we didn't want it rolling away in the photo. So I go to the Kelly Perky Christmas stamps from this year, and I pulled out the wine glass, the one that has a stem and the one that doesn't have a stem. I pull those out, and I decide to, hey look, I realized I wasn't in frame, and I came back in frame. Yay me. I'm finally figuring it out. So I decided to stamp those on the corner because there was drinks involved. It's a military ball. I stamp off a little bit on that paper towel, and I go looking for another stamp. I chose the merrymaking stamp, which is also from the same Kelly Perky stamp set. I feel like I can't talk today. Just to kind of decorate that, and I call that particular card done. Now I'm looking for a heart to put on the photo of Lee and I, which is the bottom photo there. I can't find one that I really like in my little baggie of hearts. I was looking for a white one, and I didn't really have one that I liked. I looked through my heart stickers. They didn't exactly give me what I was looking for. So I ended up taking one of these wooden pieces. I know there's an actual word for wood veneer. There we go. I took one of the wood veneer pieces, and I'm going to heat emboss it. Sorry about that. Apparently my camera cut out. It only records up to a certain amount of time, and then it cuts out. So this is actually the next day I had to come back because, oh, that's what it was. My camera battery died. So this is me just picking up after myself really quick before I decide to heat emboss that, and I keep trying to say enamel. It's a wood veneer heart. I use the Versamark ink for embossing, and then the white embossing powder I got last year at some time. I think my mom might have bought it for me, so I just put it in a little blue plastic container that has a lid that seals itself, and I just use a spoon to get it out. So I try to minimize the mess that I make. Honestly, this is only like my second or third time actually using the embossing technique. I didn't really get it right the very first time that I did it last year, so I gave up on it for a little while. Right here I'm actually using the heat gun. You just can't see it because I'm out of frame again, because I'm awesome like that. What am I doing? All I see is like the reflection of things, so I don't know. I'm apparently picking up after myself. I really need to get better about making sure I record in frame, but that's okay. I'll get there. I mean, this is only the first time I've been doing a voiceover, and actually this is also the first time I actually sit at my desk to do my crafting. Usually I stand so I can see when I'm out of frame, and actually no, this is the first time I'm doing a process video. I take that whole statement back. So right now I'm just using some red line tape to put on the back of that wood veneer heart. I forget where I first heard about red line tape, but wherever it was, I'm very glad I did, because red line tape works awesome when my tape runner will not cooperate. Because I forget what I was making in this album, but my my tape runner was not cooperating. Maybe it was something earlier, because I started my album a little before December. I started it around Thanksgiving. So I'm finally done with that card. feel like that card, I worked a long time on that card. It took me a while. I'm not quite sure why. Let's see, what am I doing? Oh, so now I'm working on the bottom photo. I just go through a stamp booklet I have that I bought at Michael's. It's just got black and white phrases on it. They're kind of clear stickers. I think it's for me and my big ideas. I don't remember which booklet it is. But I'm just looking for some kind of sticker to put on this photo. I know I want it to say love, but I don't really know what I want it to say. I guess I could have tried, if I have a stamp for it. I don't know that I have a stamp that says love on it. I might somewhere. But I think sometime this month I'm going to try embossing on a photo. So I just choose a little love banner sticker from that. I think that's for me and my big ideas. I'll have to check. I'll put it in the description box below for you guys. Now I'm just adhering that photo to the back of the details card, just because I printed the photo on my Canon Selfie, so it's not exactly a 3x4, as anyone who uses a Canon Selfie knows, and now I'm just struggling to adhere it. So they don't print exactly 3x4, so I wanted it to kind of stay in place, so I just I taped it down real quick. Now I am deciding to do the same thing with the photo of my hair from the front of that pocket. I'm just adhering it to the back of that flip-up card that I created. Not sure why I'm upside down. What am I doing? Oh, I was putting all my supplies back. And now I'm just kind of checking the order. Next, you're going to see the still photos, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.